This TeraFlex segment is sponsored by the letter A for Australia and the word awkward. Let's use the word awkward in a sentence. Boy, that guy sure looks awkward.
We are in Perth, Australia for the Perth 4x4 and Adventure Show. Did I mention we were in Australia? That's right, we are checking a big one off our bucket list today. Home of the coolest accent on earth. These guys take four-wheeling to a whole different level. I just talked to a guy that went through the outback for over 30 days with a group of guys on over a 2,500-mile trip. They may not be building big rock crawlers, but what they build is purpose-built and they use them.
I'm Victor Gervis. I'm the owner, one-man shop of SBR Off-Road. Jeep is now my life. I sleep it, I wear it, I have nothing but Jeep clothes. It's a bit embarrassing sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chris Laybourne. I'm from Opposite Lock. I had a passion for Jeeps for a long time. Love being off-road. The reason why I like being out there is you're seeing places that you can explore that other people haven't seen.
Got a lot of JKs, primarily here in Perth. A few TJs, XJs, Grand Cherokees. Very, very close community. Very close.
Is the JK getting to be a...
It's becoming the icon here in Perth, basically. Ever since they brought out JK with the four doors, it's offered a lot more opportunity for families, definitely over here, so we've been seeing quite a few of them.
I bought this about the middle of '07. This is a 2007 JK turbo diesel, so it runs a 2.8 VM Tory diesel, inline, 4-cylinder. I bought it when it was first released here, hadn't been out very long, and since then I've worked over the last 5 years or so to build it up as an Aussie tourer, which is different to what you do with them. My idea of touring is a 5,000 kilometre round trip.
Put that into perspective, that's like a quick drive from Seattle, Washington to Tampa, Florida, except you're not rolling on some Sunday Drive highway. There's washboard roads, rocks, sand, mud, dogs, cats living together, mass hysteria.
In Australia, because you've got such vast country that you can travel, everybody grabs caravans or trailers. They travel around, see so much of the country. It's definitely the way to go.
In the US, Jeeps are considered to be the real deal. An out-of-the-box Jeep is a very capable all-terrain tool. Yet, in a market dominated by Nissan Patrols, Land Cruisers, and Hilux Utes, Jeeps are often looked upon as mere toys for outdoor hobbyists.
When I first got my driver's license down here, I had a a car with independent front suspension. Pretty bombed out of a car, and a mate of mine was fortunate to have this awesome red TJ, and he just put TeraFlex kit on it, and we went up to Harvey with that, and it took about 2 hours to get up a track and nearly fell on my door and trashed the car, and then my mate with the TJ just crawled up just effortlessly, and I just thought that was incredible. What an amazing vehicle.
Years ago, they had the TJ. It was very quiet. Then the TJ made way. We had the birth of the JK, and since then it's taking off. You know, people are really liking the Jeep, and a lot of people are buying them because they're realising it's a good fun vehicle to have.
If you're in a group of Jeeps, you feel comfortable. If you go on a four-wheel driving trip and you're the only Jeep, I tell you what, you better have big shoulders and earplugs, because you're going to get abused all day long.
There's plenty of discussion on whether a Jeep can handle the relentless terrain of Australia's wilderness. The tried and true overland vehicles of choice all have their advantages, but also some major limitations.
But they're only going to abuse you until you hit the hard stuff, and then they're going to go like, oh yeah, I'll go around, and you go, I'm going to go up, but no, you're not in your Jeep, and you go, yeah, I will, and you just drive it up.
You'll find that the Jeep suspension, or the way the Jeep is built, just they get extra flex out of the front more than what our Toyotas do or our Nissans do. Yeah, the Nissans and Toyotas sort of try to do the stuff, and they do major modifications to them to make them do it. But as far as a modified Jeep versus a modified Toyota or Cruiser, I put my money on the Jeep.
At the end of the day, majority go like, I didn't think your Jeep would do that, but it did, and you did really well. So yeah, we're changing minds. I know about a group of 7 hardcore Nissan Patrol guys, that 3 of them have now bought Jeeps, and they never ever would have bought a Jeep unless they've been out with other Jeepers and went like, yeah, this is all right, I want one.
No matter what vehicle you choose, it will have to be modified to take on the rugged landscape of Australia. Even the very capable Nissan Patrol types, built for reliability and long distance, still need modifications to take on the more extreme climbs, easily handled by a stock Jeep Wrangler. Although built for extreme conditions, Jeeps still need to be modified for weight capacity and long-distance treks. So what modifications will need to be made to a Jeep JK to make it a lean, mean outback machine?
When the bush is closing in around me and I'm driving and the city's nowhere to be seen, and all I can think about is the beach and the fishing at the other end. When the fuel tanks are full, so it holds an extra tank underneath which you can slide on, and basically I've got about 150 litres of diesel underneath, and I can carry 80 litres on the roof as well. There'll be an extra tyre on the roof, there's a box of spares on the roof, there's a fire pit on the roof, there'll be a swag on the roof as well. So the roof is pretty heavy, so normally it moves around a bit. And then I carry a 50 litre water tank inside the car sometimes as well. And everything, I can put things underneath the floor as well. So it's a 5-speed automatic. And what I've gone and done is I've put a derail 16 pass cooler with a 10-inch thermo that sits up above the back diff. So I've got a readout on the dash, so I can keep an eye on it.
So what he's just told us in Aussie speak is that he added a transmission cooler to the bottom of this that has a fan on it. So when it gets hot, he hits the fan and it cools it down.
Oh no, she's on all the time, mate. It's always bloody hot here, yeah?
It's always hot.
I've got 2010 JK 2-door. I'm running a 4-inch TeraFlex short arm kit with Fox shocks, 4-inch Fox shocks. I definitely prefer rock crawling, decent articulation cranking out of the TeraFlex suspension.
So what's it going to be? Are you going to take your stock 4,800 pound JK, load up an extra 2,000 pounds of fuel and survival gear, or just keep it light for day runs and rock crawling? Remember, it's not necessary to settle for one or the other. you can have the best of both worlds.
What we've noticed with TeraFlex, it gives you a really good ride. So even when you're out there, and yeah, you can mix it up. You can do the little bit of rock crawling that you can find. You know, you can go plugging in the mud. You can also cruise in the sands. But it gives you, even in the city and out of the city, it'll give you a really good ride.
In Australia, I had the chance to ride and even drive in several Jeeps with multiple types of suspension. Some were hybrid kits with various lift kits combined. Others were just one brand of suspension. But what I did find is that they all got the job done. But Jeeps with a TeraFlex 3 or 4-inch kit, including speed bumps and TeraFlex valve box shocks, provided a noticeably higher ride quality, as well as allowing for higher performance. TeraFlex designs and builds a suspension system. That's exactly what it is, a system, the sum of the parts working together to achieve a purpose.
I've definitely had a few customers that come in with issues with other suspensions, been to some other shops, were given misleading information and ended up coming here and running TeraFlex and came back and told me, look, I wish I would have came here in the first place. That's awesome, loved it.
Actually being in Australia and experiencing firsthand the demands that various terrains place on their Jeeps made us realize how well suited our suspensions are to these conditions. But why stop here? We thought we could still make some improvements, and they're in the works. Chris at Opposite Lock and Vic at SBR really showed us what Western Australia has to offer. We can't thank them enough for their Australian hospitality.